Jamie, I know we spoke to you after Forest Green, but in terms of the week since then, you still kept scoring goals. So it's not. I know it's a team thing, but individually, you seem to be on a pretty decent run. How are you feeling in all of this, as opposed to the kind of general team mentality?
It's hard not to feel positive, to be honest. Feeling good in myself, fit, strong, and obviously the goals are a bonus. And I know it's a bit cliche sometimes, and everyone will say that, like it's not about me, it's not about the goals, but it really is just a bonus for me in terms of I just want to be out there on the pitch, being fit, being available, and anything that comes with that is a bonus. And again, another cliche is, if we could be winning those games with me performing but not maybe scoring the goals, that I'd take that all day as well, because ultimately you're not going to get anywhere in a team that isn't performing. So I think looking at it from that perspective, it's nice, but I'd rather the team be winning, to be honest.
Psychologically, though, for you, when you go out onto the pitch and you've got 5 goals behind you and however many starts, but when you go out there, does that kind of give you a bit of an edge mentally? Do you prepare? Do you think to yourself, today I'm going to score?
I think so, yeah. I think it does just give you that little bit more belief that, look, I will get a chance today, and if I do, I'll score a goal. But I think, again, that's largely down to the way we play and the performances we've been putting in as a team, because it's not like the goals I've been scoring I've created myself. They're not sort of dribble from the halfway line and put it in from 25 yards. So the goals are only coming about because of the team and everyone sort of pulling together and creating the chances, not only for me but for everyone else as well. So I think I'm going into the games thinking we'll create chances as a team. I'm not going into the games thinking I will score today. It's all about me getting a goal. But I know that there will be chances for me as well as the others as well.
The manager's not been afraid to rotate, though. Does that kind of keep you going as well? The fact that if you do have a bad game or you miss some chances, then you might be out.
Definitely, and the manager's always said that from day one, and I think all the players, not just the centre forwards, I think all the players we've got know that. But I think not only if you've had a bad game, I think even if you've had a good game, to be honest, we're treating every game differently. The manager likes to say each game is a different project, and it is. We come up against different oppositions who play different styles of football, different personnel. So I'm fully aware that even if you do have a good game, you score a goal, likelihood is you could be out the following week to benefit the team. And that's fine by me, as daft as it sounds. I think it keeps you on edge, and it keeps you knowing that maybe one week you'll be on the bench, but the likelihood is you'll get a start the following week. At the minute for me, I've played a couple of games in a row, down to the performances, the goals, but that can soon change. So you got to keep yourself grounded and just keep putting performances in and see where it takes you.
That said, you've played a few games up front with James Wilson now. Are you seeing the beginnings of a little partnership there? Because a lot of people have said that the two of you seem to dovetail quite well.
I think so, but again, I think I said a couple of weeks ago now, each forward we've got in the building has different qualities, and I think I work well with Will, so I work well with Devante for different reasons. Them two work together really well, and obviously we've got new lads in the building. We've got Dave Amu, which has been playing up top, and George has come in, who we've yet to see much of. But I think what the manager's gone for there is a difference in styles of play, really, and players that can really benefit off each other. So regardless of how well I might be doing, how well me and Wilson might be doing the past couple of games, I think there's real sort of positivity for the fans and everyone around the club to see that there's a lot of different partnerships available to us.
What difference has the supply meant to you with Ben Garrity in particular at Forest Green? Tom Conlon coming back last weekend seemed to make quite a big difference to the number of chances that were being created as well. From a centre forwards perspective, how important are those type of players to you?
Massive, because you're not going to, like I said before, I'm not really creating my own chances, and there's only certain players in the world that will produce them little moments out of nothing, and you're certainly not going to get that from from me as an individual, where I might score some spectacular goals in the past or whatever, but the majority of your goals are going to come from the 6-yard box, crosses into the box, press from the front, your number 10s, like you said, Ben, TC, putting the pressure on and winning the ball back and setting the forwards free. So a lot of credit has to go to the team around you, and I will always say that. I always have said that, and I think anyone who suggests otherwise is wrong. Really, it's a massive team game, and any positives that come individually are from everybody else in the squad. Really.
That said, it would be nice to dribble from the halfway line and bang one in the top corner.
I've done it once before, but that was probably about 10 years ago. So I'm not sure we'll be seeing much more of that.
In terms of, like you said though, your style of play, and I seem to remember you after Forest Green talking about, you can't just call you a target man anymore. What are you learning at Port Vale about different sides to your game and the ways to adapt, not just to Port Vale, but to this level, because you played at the level above quite a lot?
Not really learning much more in myself, because I know what I'm capable of, what I'm not capable of. It's more learning about the team and the individuals we've got in that team, and also the staff and the way we want to play, really. Because I know what I can do, and like I said, what I can't do. So I'm not going to try and be anything else other than that. But I like to think that you can always add things to your game, not things that are a little bit of a stretch. Like, you're never gonna, at my age now, you're never gonna get quicker. You're never gonna be able to add things like that to your game. But you can use the sort of mental side of it and learn. And as the experience grows, you can pick little things up, like being in and around the box more, and just using the know-how really of game management kind of things to get them little extra percentages from yourself. But ultimately, it is about what you're getting from your teammates, and you're learning day by day, week by week, what they are giving to you. And I think that the longer the weeks go on, the more that will come to fruition, I think, for not only me but everyone else that's new in the team as well.
Lovely, thank you.
Jamie, obviously strikers are usually said, they're selfish, in more ways than one. Is that a mentality you have to keep on, because you are more of a team player from my point of view, you bring more into the game, but you have to sort of block that off, because sometimes you're going to miss, we know you're going to miss, but it's just about getting there and you've got to shut that off.
I think so, and to be honest, I wish I was more like that. I think in the past it's probably been my downfall, where I've always been the player that I am today, really, in terms of being a team player and enjoying contributing to the team more than scoring an individual goal, which is a downfall to most strikers, because ultimately you put the ball in the net, the team does well and everybody loves you. But I've always enjoyed sort of the battle at the top end of the pitch and being able to bring other people into play, working hard and having everybody sort of appreciate you for them things that you bring to the side as well. The goals are a bonus, and you do have to be a little bit more selfish to keep scoring and go on these kind of runs. But whether it's something I can add to my game now, I'm not really sure. I'm sort of happy with the balance of where I'm at.
Because fans sometimes look at strikers and say, judge you by your goals, don't they? And don't often see the contribution you are making away from scoring goals. And that's a big factor, isn't it?
It is, yeah, in terms of the fans and everybody outside of the club that maybe doesn't watch the games every week. They just look at who scores the goals and the results of the team. So from that point of view, it is important to be scoring goals and contributing in that way. But I'd like to think that the people that do come week in, week out, and obviously my teammates and the staff as well, notice the other things that maybe some other people don't do. And I get just as much happiness and pleasure from doing that side of the game and being appreciated for that than maybe you do scoring a goal as well.
As you matured as a striker, though, in more ways than one, you must have learnt the fact that just buying that extra second when you are in the box, that's beneficial to you, and it hasn't always got to be about speed, has it?
No, composure is massive in and around the 6-yard box, and I think again that comes with experience and not lashing at things, and maybe just taking your time when the moment comes, because you never know in a match of 90 minutes how many chances you are going to get, and if it is just that one, hopefully it's 2, 3, 4, 5. But if it is that one, then you need to try and obviously make sure that you take the opportunity when it comes.
and the team are playing well. Unfortunately, we lost last week, but you move into the next game, and the last away performance suggests that confidence is in the camp to go to a team that is in the playoff positions at the moment. And certainly, you go there with confidence, Jamie, don't you?
We've gone into every game with confidence, and I think, as you said, last week's result sort of was a little dampener on the high spirits we had from the week before and the belief we've got in the camp. But that's never going to change. Like, we're so positive as a group. The week that we've had working on certain aspects has shown that to us as a squad. And I think we're never going to be put down just by one game. We know what we can bring, and we know what we've brought so far the first few games of the season. And I think like I said, the belief is really high, and we know that once we put 1, 2, 3 results together, we're going to be all right, and we're going to kick on and do well.
And after an indifferent summer for Swindon, when it looks as if they might be on the brink, they've started well, haven't they?
They have, but so have many teams. And Forest Green started probably one of the best teams in the country in all divisions, to be honest. And we went there, put in a great performance, and showed what we're capable of. So we're not going to fear anyone. We know what we've got. There's teams up there that are playing well. There's teams down the bottom that maybe haven't started as they'd liked. We certainly haven't started results-wise as we'd have hoped. But performances at this stage are quite important as well. And I think if you look deep into every game we've played, there is positives there. There's belief around the squad. There's talent throughout, and I think we've got a real willingness to work together and sort of put them results together, starting obviously at the weekend.